Hello my dear friends. Today let us discuss the solutions for IAS 2021 paper. In aptitude they given 15 questions. More weightage this year. Let's start our discussion. Fine. So see the first question they asked regarding clocks. Okay, the angle between minute hand and hour hand. They given a timing 3:30. Okay, we know if they ask angle between minute hand and hour hand, when timing is given, so we know the formula. Angle between hands is nothing but 30 h minus 11 m divided by 2, where h is nothing but number of hours in the given timing, which is 3:30, hours is 3. How many minutes is nothing but 30. Substitute these values here. We can find 30 into 3 minus 11 into 60, 30, right? Given timing, minutes is nothing but 30. So 11 into 30 divided by 2. Fine, if you just substitute the values and if you do the calculation, as modulus is there, so we get 75 degrees. This is using formula. Let's go ahead with the concept. This is fine, okay, using the formula we got, okay, angle between the hands is nothing but 30h minus 11m divided by 2. H is 3, m is nothing but 30, we got 75 degrees, right? Now, let's see the concept. This is one full cycle, okay, 360 degrees. So here we have 12 numbers, okay, 12 hours, one full cycle, I can say 12 hours. So this 360 degrees for the full one round, 12 hours. So divide by 2, 12, 30 degrees for one number. So suppose 12 to 1, 30 degrees, 1 to 2, 30 degrees, 3 to 4, 30 degrees, 4 to 5, 5 to 6 likewise. Now here, see, time is 3:30 as per the question. Minute hand is in this position, whereas this is 3, 4, 5 and this is 6. Okay, now if you just mention hour hand is exactly between 3 and 4. As rightly we discussed, here 30 degrees, here 30 degrees angle. 3:30, hour hand is exactly in the middle of 3 and 4. Here we have 15 degrees. Okay, so if we just calculate, we'll get total is nothing but 75 degrees. So you can see that's what they're asking. If you just calculate, so angle is nothing but 75 degrees here. Okay, this is the angle between minute hand and hour hand. So hope you understand this. Clocks related question. Fine. See the next one. Okay, this question is similar to sum of squares of natural numbers. They given 2 square, 4 square, 6 square, 20 square. If I take 2 square common, you have to find sum of that. If you take 2 square common, then internally it's like 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus so on up to 10 square. Sum of squares up to 10. So this is 4. We know sum of squares is nothing but n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1. So here n value is 10. So 2 into 10 plus 1 divided by 6. N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. So this here the questions what are they given is easy actually. You can see these two questions are very easy for you. So hope you got option B, 1540. Sum of squares of even numbers it is okay, but if you take 2 square out, it's a sum of squares of natural numbers, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square up to 10 square, right? See the next question. Okay, like this you can find questions in GATE 2021 as well. Okay, they're given a code A into B, meaning is something. This is A into B means. So in question A into B is nothing but they given as A square plus B square. Now what you have to do, You have to calculate 5 into 4 into 3. First calculate 4 into 3, which is 4 square plus 3 square, we will get 25. Now, if you want to calculate 5 into 4 into 3, you know this is 5 into 25. As per the question, a into b is nothing but a square plus b square. They given already some definition, we should apply that. Okay, so a into b is a square plus b square. So we'll get 650 here. Right, so this is very easy question which will take hardly 30 seconds for you people to solve. Right, so this is simple question. So hope you understand this. Fine. See the next question related to counting figures. You have to find number of triangles here. Okay. In this diagram, you can, I think, okay, this diagram, how many number of triangles? Okay, here consider A is one triangle, B is one triangle, A and B together is one triangle. So A separately, B separately, AB combined is one triangle. So total 3 triangles are there from that diagram. Right. Now observe here, this is one such diagram, one. This is 2. Okay. There is one more diagram, third one. Let's consider this is the third one. You can observe here, 3. Each one is 3 triangles, like that we have 3. You can observe this third one. So first one, this red one and this yellow one, 3. Right, so each one is contributing 3 triangles. So 3 into 3, 9 triangles for us. Next one, inside that rectangle, you can see in the corners, here one triangle, here 2. You can observe that in the given diagram. Here 4 triangles are there. You can observe that clearly here, okay. This one, here 1 triangle, 2 triangles, 3 triangles, here 4 triangles. So already 9 plus 4, 13. So what about, is there any other triangles? You just look here, okay, I'll just show you 2 more triangles if you observe properly. This part, here. This one is not counted. What I mean to say, this triangle is not counted anywhere. You can just observe this triangle, this one big triangle. Yeah, you calculated 3 in this portion, 3 in this portion, 3 in below, not combined of this. Okay, this one triangle, you can observe that big shape. This one triangle and this side, okay, other triangle in the similar way. So this is contributing 2 triangles for us. So in total, what is the total number of triangles? Okay, total, what is the total count? Total triangles in this diagram is 9 plus 4 plus 2, 15. This is all manual counting. So one by one, we have to observe. Observation skills, they want to test here. Okay, you need to count one by one. Okay, so we know this shape is having 3 triangles. So one by one, if you just map it, you can find here, this one big triangle is also there. Total count is 15, right? See the next question. Here 2 statements are given. Okay, then you have to decide what about third statement. Very important thing, okay, we have to read the question properly. Here statement 1 is true. Statement 1 is true means A has more coins than B. Means I can say A greater than B. A is greater than B. Fine. Next one, statement 2 is false. Statement 2, what is statement 2? B has fewer coins than C. B less than C is false, mean B is greater than or equal to C. B less than C is false. Less than is false means it may be equal or it may be greater. B is either greater or equal to C. Now, if you combine these two, I can say A is greater than B, B is either greater than or equal to C. So, This is inequalities concept. You can just go through your materials, okay, or maybe we discuss same thing in your live sessions as well. Inequalities concept, common symbol, shortcut is common symbol. So from A to C, what is the common symbol is greater? So A greater than C or C less than A. So from first to two statements, statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false. If you consider, then what they mentioned here, statement 3. Statement 3, C less than A is true. If statement 1 is true and statement 2 is false, then what about statement 3? Statement 3 is true. Okay, the second, this is very important. Statement 2 is false. Lot of times they'll ask, okay, statement 1 is true, statement 2 is true, then decide statement 3. But here slight change, statement 1 is true, but you should consider statement 2 is false here. Then you have to decide what about statement 3. Statement 3 is true. Fine. See the next question. This is x plus y divided by, this is x plus 1 actually. Yeah, type error. Okay, x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is a by b. 1 minus y divided by 1 plus y is b by a. Then you have to find the value of x minus y by 1 plus xy. Here if you observe, they asked x minus y by 1 plus xy, okay. The options are all in terms of a and b. The options are all in terms of a and b, right. Now what I'll do, x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is nothing but a by b. Using componendo and dividendo, okay, adding these two and subtracting these two. So I hope you know componendo and dividendo. So if you apply componendo and dividendo concept here, then I can say x is nothing but a plus b divided by a minus b. Similarly, if you apply componendo and dividendo for y, if you add those two and subtract, yeah, fine. So here y is nothing but a minus b by a plus b you will get. If you apply componendo and dividendo, you will get y is nothing but a minus b divided by a plus b. X is this. What you have to find? X minus y by 1 plus xy. Okay. Here if you observe, xy is nothing but 1. Why? A plus b divided by a minus b into a minus b divided by a plus b. This will get cancelled. X and y product is definitely equal to 1. What I want? X minus y. Denominator xy is 1. 1 plus 1 will become 2. You want x minus y. Right. So if you just calculate x minus y divide by 1 plus xy, denominator, okay, x is nothing but a plus b divided by a minus b. Y is nothing but a minus b divided by a plus b. 1 plus xy is nothing but already 1. If you cross multiply, you will get a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. Divide by, here 2 is there, 2 into a square minus b square. So you know a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square, power 2 is nothing but 4ab divided by 2 into a square minus b square is nothing but 2ab divided by a square minus b square. This is what we have to get, x minus y divided by 1 plus xy. 2ab divided by 1 a square minus b square. So this is a bit lengthy. Fine, then what you can do, this is this is a bit lengthy. What you can do, take values of a and b. Take some values of a and b. A is 2, b is 1. Some values you can take randomly for a and b. Calculate x and y. Then check left hand side and right hand side. What is the value of left hand side you got? The same thing should be in the options. Assume some option. Method 2 is that instead of wasting time here by solving all these equations and doing, method 2 is assume values for a and b. Okay, then find x and y. Left hand side here will get some answer. Substitute a and b values in option, which is matching, that's it. Okay, so that's one of the easiest way to solve this question. Fine. See the next question, very easy one. What they given? 2x plus 3y divided by 3x plus 5y is nothing but 18 divided by 29. If we can cross multiply, so you know 58x plus 87y is nothing but 54x plus 90y. Now here difference is 4x, difference is 3y. So 4x equal to 3y, x by y is nothing but 3 by 4. So x is to y is 3 is to 4. See how simple they asked. X and y, this ratio is nothing but equal to 3 is to 4. So option C is correct. Got it? Fine. It's very simple question. They asked very simple questions this time. A is twice as good as workman as B, and together they can finish a piece of work in 18 days. In how many days will A alone finish the work? Two methods. Okay, see, one method is suppose if A can complete the work in X days, B can complete the work in Y days, then A and B together can complete the work in xy by x plus y. A and B together can complete the work. This is using the formula, one method. Okay, the other method is using efficiency xy by x plus y. This is using formula. Now see here, A is twice as good as workman as B. Fine. So good workman means he'll take less time. Okay. Suppose if B is taking T days means, or maybe 2T days means, A is taking only T days to complete the work. Half of that. Twice good workman means he'll take half of the time. 2D means here T only. Now A and B together, what is the time taken? See here, don't think A plus B means here timing should be added. No. You know already in time and work, addition, subtraction or equation solving in only in efficiency side, not in timing side. When more people are working, time taken should be less. Don't say 3T. Okay, you know A alone, A and B together is nothing but T into 2T divided by 3T, adding these two. This is given already in the question as 18 days. Now here this T get cancelled and you can find T is nothing but 27 days. So what is the time taken by A alone? Question is A alone. What is the time taken by A alone is nothing but 27 days. This is using some formula. A alone x days, B alone y days, A and B together xy by x plus y days, using formula, right? Now without formula, how can we handle this? A, B, A and B together. A and B together, they can complete the work in 18 days they given. And here they mention clearly A is twice good workman as B. If B is typing 1 page per day, so A should type 2 pages per day. Twice good worker means twice efficiency, twice hard worker. 1 page per day means here 2 pages per day. Together, they can type 3 pages. 3 pages per day. Now, what is the work? Work is nothing but, see, together they are working 18 days. They can type 3 pages per day. Means total work must be 18 into 3, 54 pages. Total work to do is 54 pages. Now, question is, what is the time taken by A alone? Time taken by A alone is, work is nothing but 54 pages you have to type. What is the efficiency of A? Is nothing but 2 pages per day. Time taken is 27 days. What is the time taken by A alone to complete the work? Is nothing but 27 days. This is the other method and there are plenty of methods you can apply. Okay. Now let's see the question related to compound interest, that too compound half yearly, semi-annually or compound half yearly, right? Here Principal is given. You just read the question. How many years will a sum of rupees 800 at 10% per annum will give amount 926.1 in compound semi-annually or compound half-yearly. Here rate of interest is 10% for 1 year per annum, but semi-annually or half-yearly means 5% for 6 months. For 6 months, it is 5%. Now listen, the amount, compound amount, okay. Here if you just observe, principal is 800. Fine. Minimum 1 year is there in the option. More than 1 year is there in the options, right? Now first what we can do, okay, compound amount. One thing you can find, okay, compound amount is nothing but principal compound amount in half yearly case. If you want to apply, it's principal into 1 plus r by 200 whole power 2n. This is actually using the formula if you want to apply. Y divided by 200 is rate of interest is previously 10% per annum. You want half yearly, you are dividing by 200. Why 2n, sir? Annually 1 year, okay. Half yearly, in 1 year you have 2 half yearlies. In 2 years you have 4 half yearlies. In 2 years you have 4 half yearlies. That's why 2n. If you want to apply in the formula. Okay. Now here if you just observe, compound amount is 921.6. Principal is 800. Here I can write 105% because 5% for 6 months, 5% interest, 5% profit. So it become 105% whole power. How much time required? Whole power 2n. Okay, if you just calculate this, you can find the timing, okay. Or else what best we can do, simple thing, 800, first I'll take for 1 year. For 1 year, what is the compound amount is nothing but 800 into 105% into 105%, which will give, okay, 5% for this 800 is 40. So 40 will be added, 840. For 840, 5% is 42. It will become 882 in 1 year. Fine. Whereas in 1.5 year, if it is 1.5 year, still what you should do, 800 into 105% whole cube. This if we calculate, we are getting 921.6. So I can say simply in 1.5 year, the compound amount become 921.6 if you do compound half yearly. See here why whole cube is in 1.5 year. In 1.5 year, you have 3 half yearlies. Here 6 months, here 6 months, here 6 months. In 1.5 year span, you got 3 half yearlies. That's why whole cube. Whole cube, okay, but time is 1.5 year. That's what here 2n, whole power 2n. If we calculate, n will give 1.5 year only here. If you just find this, if you find n value 1.5, you will get. In this also you can solve. This is method 1 using formula. Method 2, okay, for 1 year I got 882 only, then 1.5 year, then 2 years. Likewise, we are just trying to calculate. We got in 1.5 year, we came to know the compound amount become 921.6. So compound half yearly concept, right? See the next one regarding areas and volumes. Diagonal of a rectangle is given. So you know diagonal of a rectangle is nothing but root of L square plus B square. This is L, this is B. Diagonal is nothing but root of L square plus B square. That is given in the question as root 41. So I can say L square plus B square is nothing but 41. That's first thing. Next one, they given area. Area is 20. So area is nothing but L into B is 20 they given. Fine. Now what you want? Perimeter you want. So first if you want perimeter means L plus B you have to calculate. What I'll apply? L plus B whole square is nothing but L square plus B square plus 2AB. So we got L plus B whole square. L square plus B square is 41. 2LB is nothing but 40. We'll get 81. And I came to know L plus B here is 9. Perimeter is nothing but 2 into L plus. This is very basics. That's what I said, okay, in the introduction itself. This time they asked all basic questions only. Not too much difficult, all are basics I can say. So 2 into L plus B is nothing but, okay, 18 centimeters. Fine. Let us see the next question, probability. So in probability also they given simple question. They mention 3 men, 2 women and 4 children are there. Okay, total we have 9 persons. Okay, you have to select 4 people in this group. So what is the total outcomes is nothing but 9C4, which is 9 into 8 into 7 into 6, divide by 4 factorial. I can say 24 or 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So 3 into 2, 6. This one, okay, I got like 18 into 7. Let it be. Okay, no need to multiply because numerator also there. It will cancel. Okay, this is total. What is favorable? Exactly 2 of them are children. So you have total 4 people you need to select. Among 4 persons, 2 must be children. 2 children and 2 are others. 2 must be children, 2 must be others. Now what is favorable here? If we calculate the favorable, so children are 4, among that you have to select 2 and remaining people are 5. Here these 2 people if you calculate we have 5 more. Okay, 2 children, remaining 2 people, it may be men or it may be women or men and women combination together. So among that 5 people you need 2. 4C2 is nothing but 4 into 3 divided by 2, 6. 5C2 is 10. Okay, we got 60 favorable, total is 18 into 7, 126, okay, anyhow. So what is the probability is nothing but favorable out of total. Favorable, I hope you got 6 into 10, this is 18 into 7. If we just calculate, we got 10 upon 21. So we can go with option D, 10 upon 21, right? Good. So the next question related to directions here. So I given 2 methods, one with diagram, one without diagram. In your live classes or in deep learn, you can see fine. Let's go without diagram. How can you solve? 1 kilometer east, then you turn south 5 kilometer, 5 kilometers south. Then he turns to east 2 kilometers east. Then again north 9 kilometers. So this is start and this is final end. Okay. Now here if you just observe, east and east should be combined, north and south are opposite. Here north and south opposite means subtract. East means, okay, same thing you have to add. So here what we can say, from start it's nothing but 3 kilometers east and 4 kilometers north. We have to subtract. South and north are opposite, we have to subtract and go with the highest one, 4 north. So here when you have east and north, northeast both are there, so direction is northeast. If it is south and east means southeast, northwest, southwest, northeast, southeast, like that. When you got like this, we should do, okay, apply that Pythagoras theorem, root of 3 square plus 5 square. So I can say 5 kilometers northeast from starting, from 5 kilometers northeast from starting. So from starting, so what distance is 5 kilometers? Direction is northeast. They are asking distance. How far? Shortest path. Distance here in directions means shortest path. No, sir, we'll go with the diagram. Okay, fine, you can go with the diagram. 1 kilo, this is the starting point, you can say from start 1 kilometer east, 5 kilometers south, 2 kilometers east, 9 kilometers north. This is 2, this is 5, this is 1 kilometer, this is 9 kilometers. This is the final point. So now here if you calculate, this is 2 kilometers. Okay, this is total 9. I will just see, our concentration is only now from starting to final, what is the distance? Distance in the sense, shortest path we have to go. Now here already 1, this is 2. We'll get totally 3 here, 3 kilometers. What about this one? Here totally 9, this is 5 means from here to here it will get 4. So from starting, final point is northeast, and what is the distance? We should apply Pythagoras theorem here. So root of 3 square plus 4 square, you will get nothing but 5. 3 square plus 4 square, you will get it like a 5 here. Fine. Good. So directions 5 kilometers. Next one, population related dimension. Population of village is 5,500. Males increased by 11%, females increased by 20%. The total population is now 6,330. What is the females? So it's very simple. Initially, male and female together 5,500. That's initial one. Now what happened? Males increased by 11%. So I can say 111%. Because of 11% increase, females increased by 20%, so I can say 120%. Now the population is 6,330. Here we can say this is 11% increase, so 1.11. This is 20% increase, 1.2 F is nothing but 6,330. What I can do, you need to solve these two equations. It's like solving two equations, you can find out F value. It's very simple. Two unknowns, two equations we have. Okay, let's consider these are the two equations 1 and 2. So solving, you can find F value, which is nothing but 2,500. You can also apply allegations concept, because male female together increase is this, but that's bit lengthy compared to this normal process. You can also apply allegations, yes. Let's say this question, you have 5 people, 5 different integers, you have 5 numbers, you have to put in ascending order. The difference between any two adjacent integers is 4. This is very important. Any two adjacent integers is 4. D is the greatest, A is the least. You have 5, right? A is the least, D is the greatest. 3 more to be done. Then what they mention, B is greater than E but less than C. B is greater than E and less than C. This is ascending order, increasing. D is the greatest, E is least. B is more than E but less than C. Fine. And they clearly mention the difference between two adjacent integers is 4. This is in ascending order, so it should be keep on increasing. Now what they are asking, the difference between highest integer and lowest integer. Highest integer is D, lowest integer is A. The difference is nothing but 16 we will get. Here 4, here 4, here 4. The difference will get finally 16. Difference is 16. But here, one mistake given in the question is the sum of the integers is E they mention. This is actually the number of integers is E. The number of integers is nothing but E value. Number of integers is nothing but 5. That's value of E. Okay, then E value 5, A value 1, like that. Okay, E value 5 means A value must be 1, then 9, then you will get 13, then you will get 17. What is the difference between highest and lowest? Is nothing but we will get 16. Or without that information also we are done. Difference between two adjacent integers is 4. And this is increasing, ascending order, increasing. We'll get +4 only. Don't think +4 -4, sir. No, this is increasing. All are positive only. Difference is nothing but 16, right? And see the last question, 15th one here. Mary, a woman, introduces Jock as the son of the only daughter of my father's wife. After as, if it is, as, or was, what we have to do? We have to solve from back to front. If woman said, okay, only daughter of my father's wife, if woman said, only daughter of my father's wife, then it's nothing but that person only, marry. This is entire meaning is marry. My father's wife means my mother only daughter. If woman said my mother only daughter means woman only, the same person. So this is nothing but marry. So what we can say, Jock as the son of Mary. Jock, okay, is the son of Mary. You can, it's simple, Jock as the son of Mary. So how is Jock related to Mary? Is nothing but son. Blood relation. So you can see the question related to blood relations, directions, arrangement, previous one. This is arrangement or ordering, you can say. Probability they asked. Okay, compound interest, simple interest, compound interest related. Percentage related questions they asked. Okay, so you can see all different type of questions they covered, including progressions and very basic questions also given. So hope you understand the solutions. Thank you.